Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye when I say hello. It's interesting that do we try to hear when someone is talking to us or about us in a certain way? A lot of times, right, we have the thoughts, feelings, emotions, thinking about what someone's saying, how they're saying it, if they're connecting with us. The first way is to connect with ourselves, you know, because we don't have to think about ourselves. We can talk with ourselves, talk with our bodies, and just see, are we present? Hello? Hello? How does it show up for you when you get a yes or you get a no or you are really present with you? A lot of times we may not be, don't feel wrong, we may not be present with ourselves, but with whom are we present? Sometimes there are people who are saying certain things, we give them an idea. Hello, what are you saying? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about me? You know what I mean? It's like sometimes it's a label that we have. Oh, they're not clear, they're not present, they're difficult, you're shy, you're not enough, you're too much, right? However, when that comes up, please say, I'm thinking that this particular quote unquote label, that people are not being present or that they're shy or blah, 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 right? Lots of different things I can even share with you. When you are thinking about that or that shows up for you, who and what are you aware of? Are you aware of you? Are you connected with you? When we connect with ourselves and we're present with ourselves, and someone else is saying something or doing something or communicating with us in a way that does not feel light, it probably has more to do with them than with us, right? And it's not about being wrong. It's an interesting time of life. There's so much going around and on in the world, you know? So it may be that they are disconnecting from their awareness, and I always say you cannot get you wrong, especially when you're connecting with you. I have had so many times of life where I am present not only with me, but with other people. And I see them, their amazingness and their difference. So when have, anyone has an idea that someone is stupid, simple, you know, not profound or too profound, etc., etc. Interesting. Hmm. What is it that's showing up for me in this particular time of life that if I'm willing and able and ready, ready like Freddy to rock real steady, ready to acknowledge what is showing up and who and what I can do, be, have, create, generate, anything in this particular time of life, just asking ourselves and see who and what shows out to you. You know what I mean? Because I always say there are no coincidences. So when someone is really connecting, not with you, but with others, but they're with you, that is perhaps someone or something that is asking you to connect with you. So please don't feel wrong when someone says something. And the way that maybe they're able and willing to hear you, to listen to you, to communicate with you, you can actually, when you're connecting with you, what is the way? Ask, what is the way that I can communicate with this person now that can and will have us connecting together? You know what I mean? Especially if you go to a class or if you go to a workshop or if you go to a store or if you go, to play yoga or if you go to, the infinite area of your house and there are people that may not be feeling that great at the moment. So the way that they communicate is not being present with their uniqueness. And you can actually be an invitation for people when you are not discarding them. You know what I mean? You could really, know, well, who would people be? Who would that person be without a label? If I didn't have a label for them, I wasn't thinking of a label for them. Oh, they're not good, they're not bad, they're not right, they're not wrong, they're not, they're just who they are, truly who they are. So, what labels have we been carrying up until now in this time of life? Each and every one of us has a way of connecting in our unique way with people. And once you recognize who you truly are and how life has invited you to be here on planet Earth, you know, and your body, then you can recognize when people are not aware of who they truly are, of what their amazingness is. You know, it doesn't, if we're 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, right? Kids, I love kids. I didn't in this particular lifetime have a child. However, all the children, you know, that before they are being demanded to do something or be in a certain way, they are always, always delighted to see me and to connect with me because they are not having labels or thinking of what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to be. They're just being themselves. The kids are amazing. They adore them all. And also animals, you know, they when if you have an animal or if you see an animal and when you're present with you, the animals, the kids, they are there. So please know before we're 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, when we have to hate all the people our relatives hate, we have to be taught, carefully taught. That's a song. You can find that. But before that, if you are able and willing and ready to remember who and what you truly were, and you can activate who you truly are, you know? And that communication, as I've got, oh, you can see it. I've got a book, 7 Steps to Flawless Communication. And your communication with you, with others, with your body, with the world, with animals, friends, invisible people, It's a gift, not only to others, actually, very much a gift to each and every one of us, because there's no way that we can be wrong if and when you say, I did something wrong. If you say that, that's fine. You can say that, I did something wrong. I said something wrong. I wonder what that was about. Because know that if, quote unquote, the label of being wrong or saying wrong, that's a label, then it is blocking, you know, your mind, it's your brain, and it's like, you know, not expanding your awareness and your zone, you know? So when you say, I did something wrong, wonder what that was about. What is the change that's asking for me and that I have been asking for that can and will activate something different? I remember a girlfriend of mine years and years ago, and I had asked, hey, is there a place I can stay? I was in California. Is there a place I can stay at this period? I was doing an amazing uh, facilitator training class with my buddy Gary Douglas. It's amazing. And she said, "Oh yeah, you can ask this person, that I'm living with." And I went to ask her, and the gal was rah da 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 da, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry," and I went away. And this friend of mine was like, "Why are you going away?" And it was a great question. Why aren't you knowing that maybe it's just the way she communicates, right? So, who and what are we able and willing to be aware of that doesn't have to necessarily be against us, right? And when we recognize that that's just the way up until now that people communicate, you know, and some people say hello, and some people say hi, some people say, how are you? Some people say, how you doing? You know, it's okay. You can say it in any way. How are you? How are you? How are you? It's just the same verbal approach. When people are saying it, communicating in a way that up until now has not been a pleasure for you, you can say, that's interesting. Hmm, if you say something in a way, that's interesting. I said that in a different way, not a wrong way, just a different way. I wonder what that's about. And we can be reconnecting with not only with ourselves, but with others. Wow, did I say that because that's the way the person is willing and able to hear? You know? And so there's no wrong way to initially communicate with people. It's just the way that they're able and willing at the moment to receive it, to hear it, to be in line with it. And once you are still connecting with you, you get that vibration once they are relaxing, relaxing. And then you can begin speaking in your unique way, connecting with you first and then with them, and they can and will receive you. We can play with this, this how to communicate with you, your body, with others, and more in your unique way, right? You don't have to necessarily disconnect from your way of communicating, right? You can hear me talking like this, right? But if you need to hear me talk like this is fine. I don't have a problem talking like this. I can say this in this way, right? Still connecting with me. However, whatever, whoever, whenever something is being an invitation for others on this planet Earth to communicate, not just verbally, but also they can communicate in a way that allows you to see what in this period of life are you looking for? What in this period of life is looking and waiting for you? And what in this period of life would be an invitation for us to be happy, to be enjoying life, to be in joy with life. And it's different. So please don't feel like you're wrong. Oh, I thought that person was so bad. Please, please do not feel wrong. Okay? Say, oh, hmm, talk with you. I did think about that person was being wrong. Hmm, what was my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my points of view? What was the label that maybe they or someone else was inviting me to do or be that had me think about that? That's communicating with you, right? So, what is it today in this time of life that can and will be an invitation for us to open up our walls and barriers, go down with all those points of views, expand our zone, and connect in an interesting way with this planet Earth. There's so much going on here, so many people, but I don't have that point of view of it being wrong. Perhaps it is an invitation for us to have clarity about, how would I like to communicate with my doggy, my body, my mind, my heart, my fingers, and with my friends, with my family, with my work, and more, whatever it is for you. You know what I mean? Just asking that, you don't have to get an answer, but see when you ask, when you're communicating with you, and when you ask your those questions, if someone calls you, like someone was just ringing now, bing, bing, right? Hmm, there's, I always say there's no coincidences. So if and when you are asking, what is that about? That this person was talking to me like that. I did talk about this gal who was talking to me in a certain way. And so my friend, my girlfriend, she said, go and if you're being really there with her and without leaving her, would she be able and willing to receive you in a different way? So I did go back to her, stayed at her house for many days, and had fun. So, who have you, anyone that you have been disconnecting with or feeling like they're disconnecting you? You don't have to demand a connection. You don't have to demand a communication. But when you are being communicated, communicating, communication with you, that's a gift. That really is a gift. Okay, it's not just a gift for others, it's not just a gift for the world. It's first a gift for you and your body and your presence here. And that is a gift for others and for the world. Yeah. So please don't feel like it's wrong if you wake up in the morning. Please just have a little hello, you know, verbally or, mentally or energetically or whatever way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you wake up. And see if you have a smile. And it might not be a visual smile, it might just be a relaxation, might be a chill, which is a movement in your body, might be a breathing in a different way, might be your eyes opening up in a different way. And I do suggest when you go out of your bed, go perhaps to the bathroom, please look at your eyes because when have been sleeping, we're not thinking mentally. So if we actually look at see people calling, look at our eyes, not necessarily at our nose or ear, or look at our eyes. It's not just seeing the top of your eyes, but seeing you all around. It's really cool. And show you and your body and the world the amazingness that for us here present is a gift to the world and from the world and flowing out. So I'd like to play a little bit with this. Any questions, any answers, any particular things you'd like to say? Somebody's calling me. Please think about it, know about it, be about it, and enjoy. Enjoy. Please, with this time of life. All right? If you listen, if you hear, if you receive it, let me know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Being here where? Not just listening. Being here. Be here. Be here to the right, to the right, to the left, right, left. Being here on planet Earth. how did the earth get so lucky to have you here? I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. Now, it's not an obligation, it's not a demand, it's just a gift that I'm receiving. Are you willing to receive the gift that you are being to the world? Do. Thank you so much. And one of the things that I ask is, are you ready to communicate in your unique way with you, your mind, your body, your spirit, your energy, your business, with others, whether they're present physically here or not, and with the world? It doesn't have to be a movement, it's just a presence. Thank you. Have a lovely day and let me know. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Gracias. Merci. Arigato. Shokran. Thank you.